with my Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer, and I'm just going to be placing this under my eyes, around my nose, any areas that are red and I really need to conceal, which today, looking at the mirror, I really need a lot of this. So I'm just going to put this under my eyes, and you can be quite liberal with this because, I mean, it's not too heavy coverage and it is quite easily buildable, so just put on as much as you want, as much as you need to conceal. And also I'm going to be putting this on my eyelids because I'm going to be using it as a kind of primer for my eyes and also around my nose. I'm very red today. And this, I'm just going to use one of these Real Techniques brushes. This is called, what's it called? Just the stippling brush, just the pink one. And I'm just going to be kind of dabbing it on, not smudging it too much because I do want to keep the coverage. And I thought I would use kind of a concealer with a powder instead of just a foundation, because I think for school it's just a little bit quicker and it doesn't look as obvious and cakey, which I know some schools don't really allow girls to wear makeup, so I thought it would be quite appropriate to do that. But you still get quite nice coverage. I personally find this to be enough for every day for work, so obviously depending on how bad your skin is. So next I'm going to be using a foundation powder. This is just one from Mercier and it's just called the foundation powder. I have it in the number 3 today just because I'm back from my holiday and I'm a little bit darker. Usually I go with a 2. I'm going to use a nice big fluffy brush for this, and I am kind of dabbing my face as opposed to smudging it because I do want to set the concealer and at the same time obviously get a little bit of coverage. And this I'm taking also under my eyes. It sets the concealer really well. Over my eyelid as a primer for my eyeshadow, so just basically all over. And this has quite a bit of coverage. Obviously this is a foundation powder, but I do find it gives me quite good coverage. So I'm just taking this all around my face. Next I'm going to add a tiny bit of bronzer. I thought I would go for this Rimmel one. It's just the natural bronzer in the colour 25. Sun Glow, and this I've been using as my everyday go-to bronzer. It's just a really nice natural bronzing effect, and I'm just going to put this, I think maybe a little bit more as a contour as opposed to my blush, because I think if you do have quite a bit of bronzer it does look overly made up and it does look like you have more makeup on than you really do, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to be going a little bit light on this and using it as a contour as opposed to my bronzer. Then also taking a little bit on my temples and also a little bit on my nose just to add that healthy glow as well. Next up for my blush, I'm going to be using this one from by Terry. It's called number 1 Peach Posh, and it's just their Hydro Mousse Aqua colour. So it's a mousse texture, it's super light, and this colour just looks so girly and pretty. And it comes with this little nozzle, so I'm just going to put a little bit onto my hand, and I'm going to be using kind of a dabbing motion to apply it. You don't need too much of this at all, so I'm just going to dab a little bit onto the apples of my cheeks and blend it upwards. And this just adds the most gorgeous girly glow. They do have quite a few other colours as well, but this I think for school, for every day, it just looks so natural and healthy, and I love this blush. That's my face done. I look a lot better already. Not too good still, but a lot better just with that little bit of coverage, with the blush, with the bronzer. It just instantly makes you look a lot more wide awake. So moving on to the eyes, I have this by Terry eyeshadow. I thought I would use, I never really use this, but I thought I'd incorporate it into my makeup tutorial. So this is in the colour 102 Peach Loukoum, and it's a gorgeous peachy colour, and I'm just going to be applying this as my overall eyelid colour. Just applying this all over the eye. I'm not taking it too high up into the highlight area, but I'm going kind of up to my crease. And this is such a lovely illuminating eyeshadow and it lasts for such a long time, so it's great for every day. You don't need to worry too much about your eyes, and it's still quite a light colour, so it doesn't look too obvious. It's great for school and it's a really good quality eyeshadow as well. It's so pigmented, it's so creamy, it's lovely. So I'm just going to blend a little bit into my crease, but not too much because we do want to keep that area a little bit lighter. So that's done. And then for my crease, I thought I would just put a tiny bit of something. I do want to keep it super simple. I still want to add a little bit of definition in the eye area, so I'm going to be using this eyeshadow from MAC that's called Star Violet, and it's the most amazing purpley, pinky, violet colour. It's really unusual and it looks completely different on the eyes than it does in an actual pot, which is weird, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be using one of these small tapered brushes, and I'm literally just going to put the smallest amount in the outer corners and then blend it a little bit. I just want to add a tiny bit of definition to my eyes. I find it's one of those colours that you really don't need to worry about too much about your eye colour. It seems to go with any sort of eye colour. My eyes are greyish, bluish, greenish, they're all over the place, and this seems to work quite well. Usually with blues and purples it makes my eye colour look a little bit strange, but with this it just works really well. And then I'm just using a big fluffy blending brush just to brush a little bit upwards, just to blend it a tiny bit, but not too much. I do really want to keep it just in the crease, just for that little bit of definition. Now for my eyeliner, I honestly wasn't sure if I should go for an eyeshadow black or a pencil black, so I thought I'd go in between and do kind of a slash of both, if that makes any sense. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to be using this Rimmel one. It's just the soft Kohl eye pencil in the colour 61 Jet Black, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take a angled brush and I'm just going to take a bit of this eye pencil and I'm going to be applying this like that. I hope that makes sense. I'm just taking the pencil onto my brush and then applying it as an eyeliner. So it's kind of that in between. It's not as harsh as a pencil and it's not as soft as a eyeshadow. It is obviously for school. You do want to keep it super simple, but you still want your eyes to pop a little bit. So just putting the smallest amount in the outer corners and obviously blending it a little bit to the middle, kind of to the middle part of the eye. So it's kind of that mix of an eyeshadow and an eye pencil. It's really nice. And then if you want, you can put just a little bit under the eyes, but this is up to you. I really like to wear something under my eyes because I don't really apply my mascara there. It seems to kind of smudge. I mean, not with all mascaras, but sometimes it seems to smudge throughout the day or crumble, so I just like to put a little bit of eyeshadow there instead, or eyeliner, and it acts, I mean, it looks the same as a mascara. So just a little bit. This is kind of an optional step, it's up to you, but as you can see, it just adds a bit of something under your eyes. Now for mascara, I have this Rimmel ScandalEyes mascara. It's volume flash, it's the big one and the orange packaging. And this, I really like it now. I wasn't too sure about it previously, but now I really like it. It comes with this huge brush and I don't know, maybe it's dried up like usually things are with mascaras. I like them more when they're dried up, but this, I really like it now. To fill in my eyebrows, I'm going to be using the Omega eyeshadow, which I use all the time. I don't think I really use any other eye pencils or eyeshadows or anything like that. Eye pencil, eyebrow pencils, that's what I'm saying. And it's a gorgeous taupey, greyish, actually blonde colour. It's great if you have from super light blonde to dark blonde, I would say. Even if you have brown hair and if you really like that natural eyebrow look, then this is going to be perfect. And just using an angled brush, I'm just going to put a tiny bit just to fill in any gaps to really define my eyebrows. It's up to you. If your eyebrows are really nice naturally, mine are not, as you can see. They look really weird and wonky, then I mean that's why I'm filling them in, but for school you really don't need to if you have nice eyebrows, if you're lucky like that. Right, now finally for my lipstick, I'm going to be using this matte one. It's called Plink. It's a great everyday lip colour. It's super hydrating and moisturising, and I talked about this in my YouTube Made Me Buy It product. It's just really nice and it's great for every day for schools. And that's it for my back to school makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and I promise you it doesn't take me this long to do, obviously, because I am talking to you guys. That's why it takes me absolute ages to do this video, but you can imagine if you're just doing yourself in the morning, if you're in a rush, it does not take that long at all. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave down your favourite products to use for back to school. What sort of makeup are you wearing at the moment? And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!